and welcome to my craft room. My name's Julianne Richards and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in southern Tasmania. I was just trying to work out our equipment at the moment. Just bear with me, I'm going to check my iPad, make sure my volume is okay. That's coming through loud and clear. Let's have a little look there. What's this one? Here it is. And yeah, that sounds okay. Cool. Hope the light is okay today. We've got the darkest, dreariest day here in Hobart. I would say sunny Hobart, but it's not. Dark and dreary, and I've got all my artificial lights on, so we'll just see how we go with our focusing and stuff like that. But anyway, I've got the camera nice and close, so hopefully I don't have to change the focusing too much and cause all that funny blurriness. Before we start crafting today, thanks for your patience. I know I usually go crafting early in the morning, but it just got thrown this morning. I just couldn't get out of my own way, as my mum would love saying. Just before we start, while people join us, I'll show you some of the classes I've got coming up in November. Yeah, I'm usually releasing these a little bit later in November, but there is a good reason why I'm showing them to you now. Mostly because I think one of them will probably, the paper that I use in one of them will sell out pretty quick. So we need to probably get in as quick as we can to secure those papers before they do sell out. And I'll show you that one first. This is my product class. I do two classes. Most ladies will know I do two classes every month. I do a fun fold class, which you can complete with just your own adhesives and sentiments at home. It's sort of the very general cards. And my product class, and this is my product class for November. So this is the one that I think the paper is going to run out really quick. So I think I'll order it as soon in November as I possibly can. Anyway, so the product class is 3 cards. You can see here, this one is a bay window card. One of my favourite cards when you've got beautiful landscape paper, because it really looks like you're looking out a bay window at the beautiful landscape beyond. So a bay window card there. One here using the lovely archway die from the Meandering Meadows Sweet collection. So that one there. And this one here is a 3-panel card. And again, purely designed to get the most out of that beautiful landscape paper. So that's the 3 cards. You purchase, the class will be $48. So $48 will get you a whole pack of this designer series paper, which is a 6x6 designer series paper. So you get a whole pack of the paper. So you can use 3 sheets on these 3 cards. Half a pack of the cute little bird and butterfly. I think butterfly and no, they're not. They're bird and dragonfly embellishments. I think I've put that wrong in the post. They're actually dragonflies and birds. But anyway, that's the little gold birds and dragonflies. You get half a pack of that, and all the cardstock cut, scored, everything you need to create the 3 cards. If you will have to provide your own sentiments. If you haven't got the actual suite, you'll have to use different sentiments, but that's not a problem. And if you buy the suite collection, you'll get the class free. So that's just that one there. So as I say, I normally wouldn't put that one out till mid next month, but I think that paper will go fast. So if you want to get on into the first order that I put in, so I'll put the first order in for everyone who pays before the 6th of November. So if you pay, let me know you'd like to do it, pay your $48 before the 6th of November. I will make sure I get my order in bright and early on the 7th when that goes live to customers. So that's the product class. So I'm doing things a little bit round the wrong way. This is my fun fold class. So the second class that I do every month is a fun fold class. As I mentioned, all you have to provide for these is your own adhesives and sentiments, and obviously ink to stamp them. But you'll get everything else you need to make these 3 cards. Obviously, this one, the last few months have had a bit of a theme. This month's theme is step cards. So we've got 3 step fold cards here: a side step, a centre step, and this one is a triple diamond step. So you'll get everything you need, the designer series paper, the cardstock, all the die cuts and the ribbon and the bling to make those cards. All you need is your adhesives and sentiments. So that's my fun fold class. So that one will open, you can basically tell me you'd like to do it now. This is the one we do with my VIP club. So if you're in the VIP club, this is your class for November. Okay, I think that's all the self-promotion that I need to do at the moment, apart from the fact that we've got our great joining offer, blah, blah, I've mentioned it before, and I've got my beginners class at the moment, which is really, really going really well. So if you'd like to be in on that as well, just yell out. Okay, so these are the 2 cards I'm going to do today. And I tell you what, even though it's dim and dark and dingy in the craft room at the moment, you can see why they call this glimmer paper. So this is an online exclusive that will come available to customers as with the others on the 7th of November. It's 3 colour glimmer specialty paper. So there's 3 colours, obviously. It is what it says on the pack, 3 colours of glimmer paper, and you get 2 sheets of each colour. So this one it's really lovely and bright, but they say that is a Highland Heather colour. It's probably a little bit between Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia if you know your Stampin' Up colours, but that's gorgeous. We're going to use that one. This one's lovely as well. This is a Pretty Peacock one, very much Pretty Peacock in every word of it. That's Pretty Peacock, although it seems to have flattened out. I think the camera's sort of struggling with the dazzlingness of it. It's trying to tone it down a bit, but that's our Pretty Peacock. We'll use that one as well. And the third one that we won't use today, which is just as pretty, is this one, which is supposedly petal pink, but it's actually got more of an apricot to it, like more apricot than petal pink. Okay, so that's those. As I say, you get 6 sheets in the pack, which is 2 each of each colour. And for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. Somebody watching who's a demo might remember how much that is. I want to say $17.50, but I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that one. But anyway, I have just put on my chat so I can actually see who's on and chatting. So, hey everyone, we're fun, blah blah blah. Robin, yeah, okay, I'll PayPal you, Robin, if you would like to be on that. And Rose, I've already got you on the list. Lovely. All right. Okay, so let's get crafting these 2 cards. One is just going to be a general birthday card, but I mean, how special is that? And the other one, I thought I'd better dip my toe into just some Christmas. So I'm going to use the classic Christmas stamp set and dies to make it. And that one uses, you can see it glimmering, the Pretty Peacock glimmer. But we'll start with this square birthday one. Now, for the birthday one, I have used, and a lovely customer just bought this recently, so which brought it to my mind as to how nice it is. I've used the Petal Pattern dies. Petal Patterns dies. Try saying that quickly. That's just not possible. Anyway, 2 dies in the set, and as you can see here, it has a lovely effect. Oh, and for some reason, mine's got some glue in the bottom of it, and it won't come out without me making funny noises. But anyway, I won't take them out that way. I'll slip them out this way. There's some glue in the bottom of the envelope, plastic envelope, and every time I try to get it out, it gets stuck. Okay, so there's 2 dies in the set. There's this one, which is like it's got more paper than holes. It's like the background one. And then there's this one, which is the pretty front detail one. So you cut your background, or in this case, I've cut the glimmer paper, the Highland Heather glimmer paper in this one, and then white in this one, and they fit together, as you see in this card here, with the glimmer behind, the white in front, and the holes that go all the way through, so you can see the backing as well. Okay, so I've really given away this card, but I'll make it again anyway, because you've seen it now. But anyway, that sort of ruins the surprise. Okay, so we've got a little circle. This is, you can either use a circle from this Stylish Shapes dies. There's a little 1 3/4. I've just punched this with my 1 3/4 inch circle punch. So that's for a sentiment. here we have those 2 die cuts that I mentioned. This is the glimmer one. Oh my goodness, that even looks glimmerier on my camera than it does in real life. That's pretty amazing. And this is the one, the lovely colour one, sort of lacy petals for the front. So we need to pop those 2 together. What else I've got to make the card? It's a 5.5 square card. So I've got a piece of white thick cardstock here, and it is obviously 5.5 high and 11 long. I've scored it in the middle there. Then I've got a piece of just normal white cardstock, and it is a 1/2 inch smaller, so it's 5 inches square. I'm just going to sit that on top there. I actually, after I'd finished this card, I thought, because it's white on white, I know that's a bit hard to see, but I just wanted this little edging around there. So I think that just sort of finished off the card really nicely rather than just dumping the die cut straight on. I really like that little edge, but I was thinking that I could have, am I going to test myself? I could have used the scoring technique. I don't know if you've seen this, to actually give myself a little bit of a edging on the card itself. So I opened my card. I've never actually done this. I just thought I'd give it a try. I want my edging 1/4 inch in, and I want it to stop 1/4 inch from the top and the bottom. So I know people usually use their scoring. I wonder if I should do that. Anyway, we'll give it a go. I can always flip it over and use the other side if I don't like it. So I'm there. I'm going to go all the way up to, I'm really going the wrong way here, 1/4 inch from the top, which I think is about there. And I do have my I have my scoring board the wrong way. And then I'll do again 1/4 inch there. Don't use your cutting blade, Julianne, that would be a disaster. From 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch from the top. Oh yeah, this is working out okay. I'm quite happy with this. And another 1/4 inch. And what's the best way to do that? About there. So this just puts a little score line where I wanted the edge with that paper. Just puts, I don't know if you can see it, just puts a little score line 1/4 inch in rather than actually layering it up. But we'll see how I go. I might use the layered up paper anyway. Now, so there we have the cardstock with a little edging groove all the way around. So then we could pop our, oh yeah, I like that. So rather than layering it up with the extra piece of cardstock to create the edge, I've actually created the edge with my scoring blade. I'll go with that. I think I'll go with that. I like that. As I say, I just wanted a little detail, and that's detail enough. Okay, now the challenging thing here with these with doing this with the glimmer paper is that gluing is a bit of a challenge. So I tried it with glue, and I've tried it with glue dots. So this one here I did with glue. Now it seems to have glued okay. So I might stick to the glue because I found the glue dots very, very fiddly. But you could put glue dots. They're perfect size to put a mini glue dot on each of those little circles there and just adhere it that way. But as you know, with glue dots, once they're there, they're there. There's no wriggle room. And I found it a wee bit difficult to get it into the right position. But I'm going to just pop a wee bit of glue on each of these. It means that it will It will flip up at the edges because we're obviously not putting glue all around the edges. But in this case, I don't think it's too much of a problem. You have to use probably a bit more glue on each dot than you would probably feel comfortable because, again, you're sticking it to glimmer paper. And I'm going to have to let it dry. So we might pop that on, let it dry, and then I can come back to it. We might start the other card and I'll come back to it when it's dry. So I'm lining these up with the petals. I have seen people put them at 90 degrees to each other, which is really pretty too. I'm just lining these up, and with the glue, I've got a little bit of time before it sets. Okay, here we are. I will use that piece of cardstock to firm it down. Okay. So the glimmer paper is a bit of a challenge for the gluing process. Oh, bollocks. As you've just seen, best laid plans. I am going to let this dry for a few minutes and then we'll come back to it. So I might start the other card now while this one dries. But isn't that pretty? Isn't that gorgeous? Anyway, as you can see, what we're going to do now is we're going to pop that onto our card base and put a sentiment on it, and that one's practically done. That little die set makes the card makes itself just about. So we'll pop that away. We'll leave off on that card for a wee minute while that dries, and then we'll come back to it. So we'll start the second card now, wherever I've put that, here. Okay, so as I say, I thought I'd better do something Christmassy because I'll get left behind by all the other demonstrators out there if I don't touch on Christmas at least a little bit. So we're using the classic Christmas Classics bundle, which is the dies and the, somewhere here, stamp set. Oh, where are you? Here we go, Christmas Classic dies. So I'm using the dies for the banner, for the little leaves and sprigs and things. And then I'm using the Christmas Classic stamp set for the season's greetings, but there's lots of other ones there that you could use. This is the one that has that really cool square, this really cool decorative square that you can put the Noel in from the other one. So you've seen me use that one before. This time we're using this one, which is one I haven't touched yet. So we're using this one with the rectangular banner and has a cute little rectangle that goes inside to pop the sentiment on, which is exactly what we're doing. Okay, get those out of the way. So this one has obviously, as I mentioned, the glimmer paper itself is Pretty Peacock. So this one I used a Pretty Peacock card base with a white layer, and the white layer I popped through the exposed brick embossing folder. For the second one we're going to do together, and you guys can tell me which you prefer, I decided to swap to a cherry cobbler card base just to get a bit more colour into it, so it wasn't all Pretty Peacock. So I'll score that. I've stuck with the exposed brick embossing folder, so we're going to pop that just straight on. This is a landscape card, so it's going to go with the score at the top. I'm in a bit of a quandary at the moment, guys. I don't know if you can give me a bit of advice. Every year I do a fundraising Christmas card and sell it to friends and family, like in batches of 10. I'll make something that's nice and easy to reproduce on a sort of bulk way, and then I donate the proceeds to the ABC Giving Tree. This year I've designed so many cards. I'm having a bit of card designer block. I have no idea what to do for my fundraising card, and it's getting to be a bit late, and I'm not sure that I'm going to make it in time. I want something that I can just stamp and maybe use a punch and then maybe an embossing folder so if you come across any good designs that I can just basically produce en masse, please send me a picture or send me a link, a Pinterest pin or something, because at the moment yes, as I say, I've got a bit of designer's block and I just can't. There's been such a lot happening in my world at the moment. I just can't think. Anyway, so there you are. The call is out there. If you've got something that you think I could do that's just pretty simple for my fundraising card, but it has to be special. It has to be nice as well. Please send me a picture or a link or something. Anyway, so here we have the pretty peacock glimmer paper cut out with that die. As you can see, it's got a sort of a rectangular box there with the sprigs and things coming off. I like the idea of making those little berries into a cherry cobbler colour. So what I did was just took a scrap of cherry cobbler and just cut the two decorative parts, just so I didn't waste a whole lot of cherry cobbler. It was just a scrap that I had. What I'm going to do is cut off the berries and I'm going to glue them onto the pretty peacock one. Now, you know how I said gluing onto glimmer paper was difficult? Well, now I'm going to do it 10 times. Sometimes I think I forget the difficult bits. Might just cut them one at a time and pop them on, so I don't have a lot of spares all over the place. Should be doing this on grid paper because I'm putting glue everywhere. So as I say, I'm just going to chop off just the berries from this cherry cobbler version. Using the little putty end of take my pick tool, just pop them in place. Try and stop them from sticking to my fingers, which is easier said than done sometimes. This little one here, probably could have left this little one. I think it's only tiny. Yeah. I've just got those little red berries there. Yes, you definitely like writer's block. Who said that? Anna. Yeah, definitely. And I usually get my inspiration from Pinterest and places like that, but I'm falling flat with even that at the minute. Okay, just little dobs of glue on there. Little berries. Pretty fiddly, and you wouldn't do it like this. Would not be my mass-produced card. I don't think I can imagine myself doing this 800 times. Definitely not doing it 800 times. maybe without the berries, this could be a good quick card, like if you just went with the colour of the cardstock. But I always like to show you guys slightly over the top. Grab a wet wipe and get some of the glue off my table. We're going to have horrid sticky messes. I might actually grab a, what am I going to grab? A mat. This will probably change all the colour of the video, but at least we're not going to stick to ourselves. There we are. Okay, so nice clean mat. There we go. All right, so let's get the rest of this done and then we can go back to our beautiful birthday card. Now, I have another question for you. You can tell I've got crafter's block, can't you? Because I couldn't decide about these extra leaves. So on the original card, I just popped Pretty Peacock extra holly leaves behind the sentiment box. But with this one, I wanted something that was a bit more colour to it. So I've cut some granny apple green ones. That could go there and there. Put them on the white so you can see. So that's a granny apple green one. Or this is pecan pie. Actually looking at that, I think I'm leaning towards granny apple green, but here, there's pecan pie, which supposedly, according to the colour chart, goes with, it's a matching colour that goes with cherry cobbler and Pretty Peacock. So I thought, well, if the colour chart says it goes, then it goes. Okay, so what do you reckon? Pecan pie? I'm starting to, I don't know about that. I think that's a bit too far, that one. Or it's granny apple green. I'm thinking granny apple green. Or do you think I just should cut some new Pretty Peacock ones and go with the same as there? So Pretty Peacock's another option, but I think we're going to go green. But if quickly get in if you've changed your mind, if you think Pretty Peacock would be the way to go. But I think green. Okay, the granny apple green. And I've also cut from the die set as well, just a couple of little gold sprigs. Now, this is not gold foil. This is the distressed gold, which has got that sort of oldie, sort of foil, old distressed look to it. So I've got two of those as well. So that's what's going to go on the rest of that. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment now, just to give that a wee chance, those berries a wee chance to dry. I'm going to bring in my cherry cobbler ink. This is the Season's Greetings from the stamp set. And it goes, and it fits pretty much perfectly, like really, there's not enough room, not very much spare room top or bottom. So yeah, it's a bit of a squeeze, that one, but it goes. Okay, so Season's Greetings on our little sentiment box. Okay, I'm going to cheat a wee bit and add all these little off bits that we have to the back of my glimmer paper with some double-sided tape. And then use the double-sided tape to attach it to the card. So I think we've decided on the green. Yep, still green. Good. Well, I know Anna. Anna's taste is impeccable, so she must be right. So I'm just going to use the stickiness of that double-sided tape on the back to stick those in place there. And the same at the bottom. And then I'll do the same with these little gold flourishes. Just off to that side. And one at the bottom as well. You'll see that better when I pop it onto the white like this. So sort of central, sort of straight, if I can. Yep. Here we are. Then we'll bring in our season's greetings. I've actually thought I might pop this on dimensionals, I think, just to give it a bit of up and away from all the fussiness behind it. No ribbon here. I've completely zoned out of ribbon space. I don't even think of it. Somebody needs to get back into it, don't I? Using ribbon. Oh no, I used ribbon in the other one. I've used it in one card today, not both. Okay, so we'll pop our season's greetings in the centre there. Like that. Cute. And for bling with this one, I think it just needs a little bit of bling. This is our blooming pearls. Absolutely adore the blooming pearls in the mini catalogue. And they have the perfect ones because these ones here on this corner are pretty peacock ones. So they're the ones I'm going to use. So 2 sizes they have, little ones and big ones. So I'll pop 2 little, big one and a little one down here. And the third little one up here. And that's done. So there we are. So you've got your glimmer and your glint and your bling all built in there with that beautiful sentiment box there. Okay, so that's our pretty peacock. That's our cherry cobbler version, and this is our pretty peacock version. It's amazing what different, I have used the different leaves as well. It's amazing what difference that just lifts it a wee bit. The one on the right, you can see it's lifted it, whereas this one's a bit samey. Nice, don't get me wrong, nice samey, but samey nonetheless. So there you go, just changing that background leaf has really made a difference there. So that's that one. Well, that's our second card that we finished first. We'll bring back our other one. Hopefully that glue dried now. This one shouldn't take us too long to finish up. That I'll pop the ridges into the score. So what I'm going to do is actually pop dimensionals on the back of this one and give it a bit of up and away. I think I'm having trouble with my internet. Has my internet just gone really bad? I think it's the weather. Let's check. Apologies for this, everyone. Yeah, I'm on the good internet, so that's not very good. It looks really blurry. But anyway, hopefully you can see what I'm doing and not to worry too much. It's really variable when the weather turns bad. Anyway, so I'm going to pop little dimensionals on the back of this, and I'm going to dispel any rumours that might be out there that Julianne doesn't use very many dimensionals, because I'm going to use a lot here. Well, a lot for me anyway. Just going to use the little mini ones. Oh, it looks like this internet's gone a little bit better now. Apologies for that. I know that Stephen is, as we speak, in his bedroom watching YouTube videos, which doesn't help. Oh, goodness me, Julianne. Come on. Yes, so I know he's watching YouTube videos at the moment, and that doesn't do very much for my bandwidth. But you know, didn't feel that I should tell him to get off on a yucky day like today. Just keep those on, keep going. Now I'm going to have to take the backings off them and create a backing snowstorm. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. I'm going to take all the backings off. I'm going to move out of frame a bit while I do that, that backing off there, just because I don't want to muck up my focus, because if I come up close to the camera, it will, the focus will go out. So just look at this card while I take the backings off. See if you can tell me what's special about that step card. I'm going to ruin it. Tell me what you think is different about that step card. Whoever comes on first tells me this is a card from my fun fold class, the upcoming fun fold class. If you can tell me what's special about that, apart from the fact that it's cute, if I do say so myself. Anyone know? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, is that because I was all, because it was a bit blurry? It's less blurry now. That's okay. No. Well, is it a bit longer than normal? Maybe. No, but that's not the special thing. Placed at the side instead of the middle? No, that's a side step card when it's on the side. You probably can't tell. It's a very good, Elizabeth. It's a fake step. It's a false step, they call them, or faux, as in faux fur or something like that. Yes, it's a false step card. It's actually made in two pieces rather than the steps being all cut in one with all the cuts and things internally. It's actually two pieces of cardstock. So that's my little trick for the class, is we do two proper steps and we do a false step, which is that one. Points for Elizabeth. Okay, so there we are. We have our lovely glimmer paper on there. I have my circle here, so I'm going to just pop a happy birthday on that. Going back to an old favourite, Pansy Patch, to get the birthday, which is already out. And because we've got Highland Heather, I've gone a step darker with the sentiment to use my gorgeous grape on my circle. Yeah. And just to add a little bit of something, you don't want too much added, but I'm going to use our lovely white and silver ribbon, sheer ribbon, to back that little circle a bit. So as I say, I am using ribbon on something today. I'm going to ban at that. This pair of scissors has got stuff stuck to it. That's not good. Just ban at that. And that. I'm going to cheat and use sticky tape to stick that to the back of the card. Back of the circle, I mean. Just almost seems cheating using sticky tape in the craft room. I don't know why. I'm just looping that around, make sure I like it. Grab my sentiment. I'm going to pop this on some dimensionals. I'll grab some more dimensionals here, big ones will do. And pop that on our card. And this one is done as well. There we are. Okay, so that's our 2 cards with our glimmer paper. So we've got our over the top birthday card and our really cute Christmas card there as well. Okay, so watch out for the glimmer paper. As I say, you get the 3 colours, you get 2 sheets of each of the 3 colours, and they will come available to customers on the 7th of November. Keep in mind those 2 classes that I have coming up in November. I don't want to overdo it with the classes, but I did also want to give you the chance to get them sorted before we possibly run out of that paper, which I think hopefully I'll be proved wrong, but I don't think I will. I think that meandering meadow paper will go really, really quickly. Okay, so that is my offering for you today. If you want to know anything about any of these products, please reach out. If you want to reserve your place for the classes, please reach out. And yeah, if you want to know more about the joining offer, please reach out. Anyway, if there's anything I can do, please just reach out. And I will talk to you all again during the week. Okay, so take care, guys.